Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to...
Were you aware of anyone other than Edna Marie from an assistant position, who was brought in to IA for the purpose of assisting with the document destruction?
I knew now, but then, no, had no idea.
Okay, so now I'm assuming you know that Chris Dahmer has indicated he assisted.
Yeah, I heard he was. I heard he was assistant. I didn't even know he was down there.
Okay, and you know Chris though.
Yeah, I hired him.
Right, and he's no longer with the department.
No, he's no longer.
Right. And he resigned. I think he moved out of South Florida.
I'm not too sure. I know he went somewhere. I think it was another department.
Right. Well, but he left in good standing with the city.
Yeah, he left in good standing.
Okay. First of all, and other than perhaps in preparation for today's deposition or this case, had you seen these documents before?
I did.
Okay. And is that your signature on each of the first 7 pages of the records disposition document?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you'll see a signature below that. Do you recognize that to be Marie Kent's signature?
I'm assuming it is. Looks like a signature.
Okay. And you'll see to the right a signature, and underneath printed Edna Marie Hernandez, IA admin.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and next to each one, there's a date. Next to your signature, is that your handwriting? Did you handwrite the date?
Yes.
Okay. How were you provided these documents to sign?
I remember, I got a lot of documents to sign, but I remember Edna Marie coming to my office one day, and she had these documents, and she said that I had to sign these. And I said, okay. She said, I guess something about we did the destruction or something. I don't know what she said, but anyway, she said, sign this and put this date on here. And I looked at it, and I said, oh, okay. And I signed it and put that date. And that's how I did it.
Okay. And you say you signed it, and she told you to put that date, and I'm assuming, based on what you've just said, but let's clarify, the date you were being asked to put on the document was not the date you were actually signing the document. You were signing it at some later date.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And from what I understand, from all the sort of collective testimony I've heard, that would have been sometime in October of 2011. Is that correct?
I don't even know what date it was. I really don't know.
Okay. Well, let me ask it this way. Fair to say it wasn't like just sometime in May, just a few days later. It was, to your recollection, it was some number of months later, correct?
It could have been. I know. I don't think it was that was then. I'm not too sure, but I don't think it was that.
Okay. Did you question Edna Marie as to why she was asking you to put that date, May 17, 2011, on the document?
No, I didn't question it at all.
To your knowledge, is there anything improper about backdating a document of this nature?
Form.
Well, in all honesty, looking at this now, you know, when I saw 517 on here, that the destruction was done, and Marie being the captain, and she signed that date, and she asked me to sign that date, I assumed that was the date that it was done, and that was the date I had to sign it. You know, that was my ignorance on that behalf, because I thought that I had to sign the date that destruction was done, not the date that she gave it to me. So that was just me ignorant on my part, and I should have known better than that, and I didn't, and I signed a date that she told me to sign, not thinking that she would have me sign it the wrong date. So that was my fault.
Okay. So when you were shown the document by Edna Marie, did you already see Edna Marie's signature and the date to the right? Was that already on there?
I think it was. I think I saw both. I think I saw both of them signed.
So you saw Marie's signature for 5/17/11,
Right.
and you saw Edna Marie's signature for 5/17/11.
I think that's right.
And if I understand what you just told me correctly, what you're saying to me, Chief Rolle, is that you're handed this document, you're seeing both of those signatures with those dates on there. You're being told by Edna Marie to date it that date.
Yeah.
And your assumption, based upon all of those things, was that this must have been the date that the documents were destroyed, and it was okay on your part to date it that same date.
That's exactly my thoughts.
Okay.
When I mentioned that I had signed that date, again, I'm thinking that because you don't think that the secretary will come in and tell you to sign the wrong date. They can know what she's doing, because I don't have people that come to me, with, I guess, bogus information. And when she came to me, I was busy. I knew I was busy. And she came to me and said, "Hey, Chief Rolle, these are done, and you have to sign these, and you got to sign that date." I looked at it, and I saw Maria, and I saw her signature, and I went like, "Okay, I just signed all of them, gave them back to her." Just like that.
You were, I believe, present during the Deegan arbitration,
I was present.
right? And you heard Edna Marie testify.
I did.
And so you're aware that Edna Marie has testified that when she presented these documents to you, she, at the same time, told you that there were documents reflected there that had not, in fact, been destroyed. That was her testimony. You remember?
Yeah, she lied.
You recall that
I
testimony?
recall. Yeah, she lied.
Well,
Right.
you say she lied. You mean she lied about telling you that?
Yeah,
What
she
you're
did.
saying.
Yeah, she didn't tell me that.
Okay.
No. I remember that. She didn't tell me anything, but just, you got to sign that date.
Okay.
That's all she said to me.
And she also said, words to the effect, her testimony was that she expressed concern about having told various parties on public records requests that documents had been destroyed when in fact they had not. That's what she testified that she told you.
I heard it.
I know. And so your response to that is that she did not say that to you?
No, she did not tell me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said to me that at the time your thought process was that it was okay basically to date it the same date as the date you thought the documents had actually been destroyed, right?
Yes.
That suggests to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, at some later point in time you learned you shouldn't have done that.
Well, for sure. I mean, if if I would have known the form, which was again my knowledge of, well, not knowledge about this form, and I knew I had to sign it the day that it wasn't done, I would sound like I signed anything else. Stuff comes to me all the time that's prepared properly, and it's told to do certain things properly, not improperly like she did. That was my error, because I guess I trusted her. So I mean, that's what I do, and that's what you get. Plain and simple.
So I guess if you were to, from what you're telling me, if you knew then what you knew now, so to speak, and she presented these documents to you, you would have dated it whatever the date was that you were actually being presented with the document.
100%.
Okay.
You ever heard the saying, live and learn?
I hear it a lot.
I got it. That's what I got. You live and learn.
Yeah. I know you've indicated to me that you don't recall the exact date that Edna Marie presented this document to you.
I don't.
And I know that you dispute what was said. I get that.
Oh,
But she also testified that the date she asked you to, the date she brought these documents to you was in October of 2011. 2012. Sorry, 2012.
Oh, well, she could have been true on that. I don't know what date it was. I just know that she told me to sign that date. It could have been later on. It could have been earlier. My mistake.
Okay. So my question, and let's try a different frame of reference. Okay. At the date, whatever the date was, at the date when she gave you these documents to sign, to your recollection, was Maria Kent still a lieutenant, or had you already promoted her to captain?
I don't believe it. I think she was a lieutenant. I don't think she was a captain.
Okay, so to your recollection,
Is it your understanding that
it is unlawful to backdate a document such as this records?
At the time, I didn't realize it. I didn't know it, and that's my fault.
But you know that now?
I know it now.
Okay. I certainly don't want to invade attorney-client privilege, so just to be careful, and I'll warn you, if your knowledge is coming from that, then just be careful not to talk about a communication, obviously. Have you been questioned at all by FDLE or the state attorney's office regarding these logs? 3 days after.
Nope.
To your knowledge, what motive or reason would Edna Marie Hernandez have to take her own screenshot to show that she had created a fake log 3 days after the public records request?
Form speculation.
I don't know why she did it. I got my own reasoning, but I don't know why she did it.
Well, what's your reasoning?
I think she screwed up
Screwed up how?
doing the instructions. I think she
Meaning
screwed up.
what? I'm not sure.
I think she mean well by trying to go in there and shred the files and everything and try to clean the office up.
Mm-hmm.
I think she just didn't know what she was doing and made a mistake.
But I'm sorry. In your mind, what's the mistake that she made?
Made a mistake probably shredding this stuff.
You mean that she shouldn't have shredded?
I think that she should have shredded because she wanted to clean it up, but I think she should have did it the right way, and I think she made a mistake and didn't do it the right way.
Okay, so assuming that's proves to be true, for the sake of argument.
Right.
So what you're saying is she, after getting the public records request, realized that she hadn't done it accurately, the destruction?
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
I got you. And so in order to make herself look like she had done it right, she created a fake log after the fact.
Just my belief.
Okay. And I understand your belief. My question to you is, assuming that belief, why would she at the same time take photographic evidence that she did that?
Form objection.
I have no idea.
Would you agree with me, you're a police officer for years, would you agree with me that's inconsistent with someone who is trying to get away with making up a log a year after the fact, taking a picture proving that she did that?
Form speculation.
You follow me?
Yeah, I don't know why she did what she did, but I have no idea.
Okay.
I just wish.
I know you've done investigations.
I sure have.
Her allegation is that she was asked to do this and she followed her director's command, but took a picture of it to show that. Would you agree with me that the fact of taking the picture and what the picture shows would tend to lend more credibility to her allegation than to Marie Kent's denial?
Form.
I really don't know. In all honesty, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. Okay. I just know she should have came to me.
All right, let's take a few minute break.
Okay.
We're going off the record. 3:50.
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.